All right, what's going on? What's going on? I'm here to do a quick live training. All right. All right, so come on in. Listen, I am all about breaking barriers and allowing you to break through limitations. It's time to soar high and we gotta knock everything that's in our way out the way, right? We have to target the things that's giving us the inability to move forward. Some of us may feel stuck, overwhelmed, a lot going on. It's a lot going on in the world. At the end of the day, there are strategies that can help you to pivot and to find true success. And most people are rallying up on like, man, I just got to be disciplined. I got to be focused. I got to be disciplined. Um, and I'm just here to kind of give you some eye-opening understanding that you don't have a discipline problem. You have an emotion problem. And I'm going to break that down today and help you to understand exactly why. So come on in, allow people to come in, share this video with somebody who might need it. I really want to help you to get free because that's just like what I love to do, right? Is break through barriers, break through limitations, break through myths and mindset hacks that can get you to the other end. All right, so we're gonna get into it. Share this video with someone who may need it. All right, let's share the love. Looking over here at my Instagram crew too. All right. Thanks in advance for this. Absolutely. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's learn. Let's grow. Life is about growth. It's about growth. In anything that we do, we need to be growing, right? So personal development is always at the priority of my list. And I want to help you to get there too. All right. So let's talk about why you don't have a discipline problem. And I get it. I love discipline. I love habits. I love systems. I love foundation. But at the end of the day, you have to understand the psychological levels of human anatomy, right? And you won't understand yourself until you understand that emotions are the driving force behind everything that you do, all the decisions you make, right? And so there is a myth that I want to expose that when it comes to discipline, and I use this word discipline because it's a word that a lot of people use. Like, it's a word that I use. Hey, you need to be disciplined. But I know deep down in the psychology and the understanding of the human brain that discipline is not the real issue, right? And so we're gonna dive into this, right? We're gonna dive into this and understand it on a deeper level. Um, Most people, hear me out when I say this, most people believe that their lack of progress comes from a discipline problem. And they think things like, and I'm just going to get into just a normal person, a everyday normal person, what they think. Okay, let me get more discipline. Let me wake up earlier. Let me stick to the plan, the meal plan, the gym plan, whatever that looks like. Let me push hard. I just need to work harder. Let me be more consistent. It's all of these rules and regulations, right? And I'm not against any of them. I just know what's at the core of all of this. But then when they do that, all right, they think, okay, I'm gonna finally achieve my goals. I'm about to break through limitations. I'm about to live life the way I desire. I'm about to, get it. And here's the hard truth about that. Because it's just that's just not how it works. I'm sorry. It sounds good. It feels good. It feels like you're really doing something, making progress when you get disciplined and you work hard and you're consistent and all of that. And I am an advocate of consistency. But the hard truth is this: discipline is not your real issue, emotion is. And it's just that simple. And the reason why I say this is because let me ask you a question. If discipline was the answer, then why do highly intelligent people still procrastinate? And they do, they really do. Why do motivated people still fail to follow through? And they do. I've done it. I'm sure some of you have done it, right? You motivated, but you still won't follow through, right? Why do people set goals, buy courses, hire coaches, and they still stay stuck? It happens all the time, y'all. There's got to be a reason, right? And the reason why is that knowledge does not drive behavior. It just, I can tell you all day long what you need to do. Knowledge does not drive behavior, emotion does. For example, when you go to buy a car, they know that it's an emotional decision. You may think it's an educated, logical decision. You might think you're using the logical side of your brain. The logical side of your brain is rationalizing the emotional side of your brain. The emotion is going to buy the car. And that's why they put you in the car. They take you for a test drive. They let you smell the new leather. Smell like a fresh new car. They want you in that car. They want you to fit. They want to show you all the gadgets and all of this stuff, get you all riled up because they know that they're not going to lead with, oh, let me give you the logistical and now they do all that last. We need to get your emotions involved because we know that when you are emotionally attached to this car, we're going to now sit you down and give you the numbers, and your emotional brain is going to be in charge. So your logical brain is going to follow, and you're going to be like, okay, I can work with this, even if you really can't. That's what is going to happen. And they know that because it's an experience. And when you're selling something, you want somebody to have an experience, right? Because you don't remember what somebody says, you remember how you felt when they said it. The experience is what you remember. What kind of experience did I have? Some people go to restaurants just for the experience, even if the food not good. It's just the experience, right? Because it leaves you emotionally driven, right? So here's what I want you to know. If you are not emotionally connected to what you're trying to do, your brain will not cooperate, no matter how much discipline you try to force. That's just the hard truth. Just like when you buy a car, again, I'm going back to this because this is something that happens. Or when you buy anything, when you go shopping, it's an adrenaline rush. You're not thinking about your disciplines and how much your budget, and you'll break the bank, you'll break the budget to go and spend money on something that you're emotionally attached to, right? Romans 7:15. I do not understand what I do. For what I want to do, I don't do, but what I hate to do, I do. See, Paul was describing the same inner battle that most people face, knowing what to do, but not doing it. That's the problem that most people have. And I want to help you with the emotional understanding of this, the emotional side of your makeup, your DNA, why this happens and how to fix it. Are y'all ready? You good? All right. So here we go. Number one, why I want to talk about why logic alone will not ever change your life. And listen, most people, they believe if they just learn enough, okay, I just, as much I need to learn, I need to know, I need to learn, that they're going to change. So listen, they read books, they take courses, they watch motivational videos, they do everything, but they still don't take action. And there has to be some understanding behind this. And it really boils down to that logic does not drive behavior. And I'm going to say it in different ways so that you can understand the same thing in different ways. Logic, knowledge doesn't drive behavior. Rationalism doesn't drive behavior. You don't act on what makes the most sense. You don't. You act on what feels the most real. And that's why meditation and imagination is so important, because there are feelings that you have to derive from certain things to get where you need to be. Your logical brain, your conscious mind is not in charge. Your emotional brain is in charge, and that's your subconscious mind. Let me give you an example. Um, you know that eating healthy is important, but when you get stressed, you reach for junk food, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know working out is good for you, but you skip the gym when you don't feel like it. You just don't feel like it. You're too tired, whatever. But you know working out is good for you. You know success requires consistency, and it does. But you do still procrastinate on your goals. And the reason why these all happen is because your emotions are overpowering your logic. And this is why discipline alone fails, because it fights against your emotions instead of working with them, right? So I love Proverbs 4:23, where it says, guard your heart above everything else, all else, the Bible says, for it will determine the course of your life, your heart, and how much you guard it. It's going to determine the course, the direction that you go in of your of life. And the reason why is because the heart, which is the emotions, dictates actions more than the mind does. Your life follows your deepest emotional truths, not just your intellectual knowledge. And what the mind does is once something is in the heart, the mind actually goes to bat to protect what's in the heart. That's what the mind does. It justifies the heart. It goes to protect it, but it's the heart that's really dictating the momentum and the direction that you follow. So if you don't learn how to control your emotions, then what's going to happen is your emotions, they will actually control you because they're going to run the show, whether you're controlling them or not. If you don't control them, they're going to run a show. If you control them, they're going to run a show. Wouldn't you rather just learn how to control them? Now, this is why anybody who's ever been to the military hacks. They know how to hack the brain to create instant transformation, right? You ever wonder how they take people of all different backgrounds, all different cultures, all different beliefs and personalities, and within 60 days, they turn them into disciplined, high performing soldiers? How do they do this? What is the secret? Because we need to know the secret. And the secret is that they don't just teach soldiers what to do, they make them feel it. How? How do they create an emotional identity shift? Easy, through number one, repetition with emotions. So they have these daily chants: I am unstoppable, I will never quit, I am undefeated. All of these different chants that they say while they are in physical activation. So they're running, they're sweating, they're pushing the limits while reinforcing the belief and making chants. And what they have is a emotional immersion. That's what they do. That's what the military do. Take them through an emotional immersion. So the more they feel the identity shift, the more they become it. And then you know what? After 60 days, they're no longer trying to be disciplined. They are disciplined, right? So if you want to change your life, you don't just need a plan. I know everybody need a plan, a goal, a planner. You need an emotional experience that makes it feel real. So that plan has to feel real. You got to get your emotions involved. So let me just talk about real briefly how emotions determine your reality, whether you like it or not. So again, let's go back to the brain, right? Your brain is like a bank vault, right? It's like a vault. And the only way to unlock change is through emotionally charged repetition. So there's what you call the science of emotional reprogramming, where your subconscious mind only responds to emotion. Again, not logic. It only responds to emotion. And this is why you remember painful moments so vividly, because they are emotionally charged. You felt, it's not what happened, it's what you felt when it happened, right? If you don't emotionally feel connected to your goals, right, your subconscious mind will reject it. If you don't feel emotionally attached to wanting to live in a high level in your health, your wealth, your purpose, your relationships, the goals that you have, the transformation you want, if you cannot get emotionally connected, your subconscious mind will reject it. It's just that simple. And this is why people fail to reach their goals, because listen, they intellectually want to succeed, but emotionally, they are more comfortable staying the same. It's about emotions, y'all. It is about emotions. Okay. So, example, people who've been broke for years, they struggle to receive wealth even when they're given opportunities. People who have been in toxic relationships, they often push away healthy love. People who have been overweight for years subconsciously sabotages weight loss success. It's something that happens subconsciously. Your subconscious will always default to what it believes is normal until, listen up, until you create a new emotional normal, right? And if you don't, you're going to continue to repeat the past, because that's all you left with. That's all your brain knows. It's just to go back to autopilot, go back to reinforcement of what you've been doing. And that's why Second Corinthians 10 and 5 is so important. It says, we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ, right? So to change, you must actively, intentionally override past emotions and reinforce new truths. That's the only way you're going to get over this hump. Now, you might ask, okay, how do we do that? How do we create emotional, like a shift that forces action? Because action need to be forced. You need to take it by force. And if you are somebody who want to, okay, I want to stick to my goals. I need to stop self-sabotaging. I need to break cycles of procrastination. I'm done with it. I'm finished with it. You have to emotionally condition yourself and recondition yourself daily, right? So how do you do this? How do you trigger emotional alignment for success? Number one, repetition with emotion. You speak of who you are becoming, and you do it out loud and with passion. Sometimes you just got to say some stuff out loud. Okay. If you say to this mountain, not if you think or if you pray, if you speak, if you say to this mountain, be removed, then it shall be removed. And of course, you don't want to have doubt, because that's the resistance. We're not going to talk about that. That if you believe something and then do not doubt it, because that doubt is the resistance. But again, I won't go into that. But sometimes you have to speak. And the reason why is because speaking it out loud will make you more emotionally connected. That's it. That's why you got to speak. That's why when you confess, you got to speak it, because the confession attaches you to it emotionally. So some things you just got to speak out loud. It's okay to think, but sometimes when you fighting up against the grain of who you were, you got to speak some things, and you got to do it out loud with passion. I'm telling you, if you get connected to it, it will change your life. And then number two, one of the strategies for triggering emotional alignment is you move your body. So physical movement really does enhance mental programming, right? Yes, we practice stillness and things like that through meditation and deep breathing and stuff like that. But when you're trying to excite yourself and connect with emotions, movement really helps. And just in general, just physical movement helps with mental programming. And then third, this is one of the most important things. You have to imagine. You have to use your imagination. You have to imagine the feeling. So this is practicing, almost like you're practicing the emotion of success before it happens. You don't have to wait before $10 million hit your account to get excited about it. You really don't. And as a matter of fact, if you get excited about it and you get emotionally connected to where your future is headed, your brain does not know the difference between whether it's real or not. And guess what? You will start to rewire and reprogram your brain as if it's happening. And then guess what? You become different, because if your brain is different, then you become different. So you become the type of person who would have what it is you're daydreaming about having it. And if you become that person and your identity gets changed through this whole process, then you will naturally start to do the things that this person would do to have the outcomes and the success that this person desires. You see, we're working backwards. We're trying to force success, and it just doesn't work that way. So, in a practical way, a lot of times all you need to do is really close your eyes and see yourself achieving the goal. That's it. Every winner, every champion saw themselves winning first, right? We have two different creations that happen. One is in the mind, and then one is in reality. It really happens. And so there's like two births to anything that we have. If you have a vision, there's two births to it. There's the birth in your mind, and then there's the birth in reality, or what I would say, the manifestation of it. And then when you're thinking and imagining, you have to intentionally ask yourself, how does it feel to already have it? You have to feel it. You got to ignite emotions with it. You have to breathe and embody that feeling as if it feels real. I know this may sound real, but I'm telling you the truth. You have to imagine it, and you have to connect the feeling to it. And the more you rehearse the feeling, the more your subconscious accepts it as reality, right? So you must emotionally believe it before it manifests. All right. The manifestation is the second birth, right? And here's the thing: most people will just never change because they never learn to feel. They never learn to feel success before it arrives. And that is the truth. Okay. And so I want you to take an assessment of your life. I want you to even look at your decisions. I need you to understand yourself. I need you to come into acquaintance with yourself. This is the time to understand who you are. Don't wake up and be 70 years old and don't know who you are. Like some people do that, believe it or not. And they don't know what they like. They don't know what they feel. They don't know what they're supposed to do in life. They don't know, you've been living for somebody else too long. Like it's time to wake up and really get a plan and a vision for your life and because if you don't initiate this, life is just going to happen to you. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to be in a driver's seat. You're responding, you're reacting, you're, to circumstances, to current pains. You're not in creation mode. You're in response mode, right? You're responding back and reactive versus being in the real seat, in the creative mode. And that's the high level. This is where our executive brain really gets to function at its highest capacity, is when we're in creation, right? And so pay attention to the decisions you make and understand that they very much so are emotional. And I want to say this also last. If you ever want to make healthy, stable, consistent decisions, you have to elevate your emotions to bring clarity into your life. If you feel stuck or gray or I don't know what to do or I'm procrastinating and I just can't get over the hump, there's something about your emotions that's not allowing you to make clear decisions. Your emotions have to be elevated for you to make clear decisions. Y'all know that fools really, really respond based off of negative, toxic emotions. Like when people get angry and resentful and bitter and, have all of these toxic emotions and they make decisions and they do some very vile stuff. They murder and they rape and they just do all kind of crazy stuff. When they have toxic emotions, those decisions are emotional decisions, and these are people who have undealt with trauma. All right. Their emotions are lodged and stuck in trauma. Right. So in order to make good, healthy decisions, your emotional state have to be elevated. That you have to have primal emotions of joy and gratefulness and peace, and you just and bliss. You have to have heightened level of powerful, not primal. I said primal, but you can't have primal emotions. You have to have powerful emotions. Primal emotions would be the anger, the guilt, the depression, the sadness, the insecurity. Those are primal. You need powerful emotions to make clear decisions, right? And so emotions have to be adjusted for you to make rational, I don't want to say rational, I want to say healthy, sustainable, consistent decisions concerning your future. All right. So I wanted to kind of bring this to your attention because I think a lot of people are confused and they think they need another plan, another goal, another discipline, another habit. And those are all great, but they are not great detached from your emotions. You hear me? They are not great detached from your emotions. Now, I always give the chance to speak to, I'm just looking at some of the comments back and forth, right? I want to speak to you directly, to the person who knows that they may be capable of more. They are capable of more, but feel like something is holding them back. You might feel like, okay, something's holding me back. I feel stuck. I feel like I'm carrying a heavy weight, but can't seem to break free. Or you might know exactly what you should be doing, but no matter how much you try, you just cannot follow through. Now, you might even feel, I'm trying to describe it really good for you. Like there's a nagging feeling that you were meant for more, but you are overwhelmed. You are so overwhelmed that you don't even know where to start. Or you might even feel like, okay, my goals, I have them, but they feel so distant. And every time I try, there's this self-doubt, there's this procrastination, there's this fear, all of these different things and emotions start creeping in. Well, here's the truth. Um, More information is not going to change your life. It's just not. We are in an information age. You don't need another book. You don't need another podcast, and you don't need another emotional or motivational speech. I'll say, yeah, you need emotion, but you don't need another motivational speech. What you really need is a clear plan to move forward that takes into consideration everything that we talked about concerning emotions. You need to know how to maneuver into your future. And it's really not just about learning, it's about finally applying. There has to be some applying application of what you began to learn or what you already understand concerning your life. There needs to be application for your health, your finance, your purpose, whatever that is. And so if that is you, then I am opening up a few spaces of, and I do this whenever I have a couple of slots available, but I'm opening up a few spots for people who are, I always say this, ready to take action, to build a real plan for next steps. Now, this is not just another like free call or anything like that. This is literally, and I want you to know who it's for. This is for those who are ready to shift from thinking into doing. Okay. This is for you. All right, this is for people who don't just want to talk about change. Oh, I'm gonna do that 2025. Listen, we 3 months in already. Okay. If you ain't made the changes already, then you know something is wrong. Okay. So this is not for those who are talking about change, but who are really ready to make it happen. And this is where we really get clear and we have a real aim to build a strategy and remove the roadblocks that's keeping you stuck. Okay. So I want to give you the opportunity, and I'll put my link up to go to, but this is again where we get really really clear on strategy building. And I'll say this, there's an application. Not everybody is accepted into this, and it's only again for action takers and those who's ready to stop making excuses and start executing. So if that's you, then you can apply. And if you are accepted, because again, everybody is not accepted to this, accepted. I said accepted, right? Accepted. Then we're going to map out your next steps together. Okay. So what I do want to say is you really, it's time to stop carrying the weight alone and finally break through whatever barriers you are facing. It's no sense in going another day with barriers in your way for the life that you want to live. So I do want to put this up. You can go to CamilaCalendar.com, fill out the application, and we'll see if you accept it, to try to talk through a game plan for you. Okay. Again, this is only for those who are in that space. This is not for everybody. So, and I'm always very transparent about that. All right. You can go to CamilaCalendar.com. I'm looking to see if anybody had any questions while I'm on here. I hope that helped to bring some kind of revelation to you, especially if you are overwhelmed with just the process of growth and overcoming. Listen, we're gonna have some challenges, like we really are. Um, Life comes with challenges. You just have to have a foundation. As a matter of fact, your foundation is gonna tell on itself. So the foundation that you don't have, when the winds and the storms and life starts to knock at your door, listen, if you don't have foundation, it's gonna reveal it. It's gonna reveal it. The day will come when foundation is revealed. So you better be building yourself on strong foundation and strong principles that can move you forward. All right. Let me see if there's any questions or anything. Making sure I don't have any questions on here. Somebody commented, yes, we must feel success before the rise. All right. I don't see any right now. I might not be going back into it. I am going to get on soon and do some Q&A. Just making sure I don't see any. No, I just see some admonishments of what I was saying, which I love. I absolutely love. All right, that was it. I just want to get on here and encourage you and break you through those obstacles and share that. Start today with your imagination. Start making sure that you are doing what's necessary to do to break you through every limitation, because there's no need to have a glass ceiling that can be broken through. Trust me, many people break through them. You know what? I'm going to actually, too, for the rest of you all who don't want to, or if it's not for you to sign up, CamilaCalendar.com. Make sure here I have something free for you. You can go to breakoldpatterns.com, breakoldpatterns.com, and get a free training. I got a free training for you, and it'll really, really, really bless you. Go to breakoldpatterns.com for everyone else, just to have a free training, a free resource that's going to really help you with building healthy foundational principles. Remember, I said you got to have a good, strong foundation. And so I want to give that to you for free. Breakoldpatterns.com. Go there. But for everybody else, if that was for you, make sure you go to CamilaCalendar.com. And I will be back on soon to take questions. I'm trying to do more lives to really equip you this year. It is my heart and it is my passion to serve you in the manner of your well-being. And so I'll be talking some more about your health and wellness. I think I got some things that I want to talk about concerning your health, even for this year, because I think it's really the time for people to really zone in on making sure that they are physically and mentally, as well of course, emotionally well. And so I'm going to be doing some more stuff on that. All right. All right. I will see you guys later. Thank you guys. As always, I appreciate you just taking time out to come rock with me and be in the community. I'll be on here doing some more live trainings. If you have not already, make sure you go to my YouTube page. I'm streaming here on my YouTube page, but I'm also streaming a couple of other places. It will not save on Instagram for those who are watching me from Instagram. It will only save on YouTube. And that is where I'm doing my content and my live training. So if you have not joined at Dr. Camila Stevenson, go there on my YouTube page at Dr. Camila Stevenson and go ahead, hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications, because then you'll know when I go live, even on YouTube, and you'll be able to go back and look at the replay on YouTube. And again, that's where I'm doing most of my content now, like my long content. Okay. So I'm really digging into some things that's going to help serve you. And I always read the comments and everything. And my content is based off of your questions. All right. So I'm really here to listen to you and to, serve you as best as I can. All right. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Be blessed.